So, it's the year 2028. Humans have finally been finished. The IO players are eating good. The game is in a nice positive place and everyone's loving it. T-Rex is out and has been out for some time. You've got massive herds roaming the lands, and you can see some sauropods like Diplodocus, Brachiosaurus, both as AI and playables. And Oviraptor has still not come out because they pushed it down further away because it's a piece of shit and nobody really wants it. Even though it's kind of cute in an ugly way. There are human structures all over the island, but they don't disturb the peace of the beauty of the nature of the island itself. It doesn't even feel like nostalgia anymore to think about legacy like the good old times, because the good times are now. And this is going to be the video that I'm going to talk about what I think humans will be like, what they should be like, a little bit of a fantasy, my imagination, stuff that'll probably never happen, but at the same time, who knows, maybe we'll get lucky. So as always in these discussion videos, let me know down below your ideas, what you might agree or disagree with. Just don't be a penis about it. So let's get started. So in the far future, when the humans have finally been done, we can expect them to probably look something along the lines of this. A very strong and intelligent species indeed. No, I'm just kidding, of course. They're probably going to look a lot more like something from Ark. Muscular, massive pecs, strong-minded, and the will to survive. So what exactly would I like to see with humans? I want dinosaurs and humans to kind of have some sort of relationship. And yes, I do mean humans being able to ride dinos. I mean, come on, we're gonna have cars, trucks, bikes, helicopters. Actually make them have the choice of fighting dinos, running away from dinos, or working with dinos. And this could be something that obviously some servers, like unofficial servers, some of them might allow and don't allow, but just the option of being able to do it, I think would be quite cool. The amount of fun times you'd see and amazing just friendships coming out of it. And I'm not talking about every dino. So let's say, like I was saying in the intro, this is far in the future and even Diplodocus is out. Seeing a kind of Fred Flintstones thing with the guy just sliding down the neck of the dino and the tail, I would love that. But on a more serious note, since the IO want to make it more realistic, it would be kind of cool to actually just see humans be able to ride them. You could see a little wars of people riding, I don't know, let's say Dibbles, right? The Dibble clan. And they patrol one area. Humans obviously help feed the Dibbles, maybe they grow some plants and vegetation for them, so Dibbles don't have to go too far to migrate. That's how they could work together. And vice versa, if you had ones that had Omnis with them, they could obviously farm chickens and feed them. Now this is obviously old fantasy, what I'm talking about now. I highly doubt this would ever come into the game, but yet it's an idea that I wanted to speak about. So humans are going to have trucks, cars, I think even helicopters and bikes, like motorbikes, and that's going to require some fueling, as kind of teased with, let's say, this picture here where you see the petrol tank. So you're probably going to have to fuel your cars as well to keep them running, or maybe even fix them when a T-Rex rams one and it's, let's just say, pretty broken. We already know that something along the lines of taming dinos is going to be a thing, hence why there's all these cages around the map at the moment, and there will be more coming. How that's going to work exactly, I don't know, because I really hope the humans won't have a power to keep you stuck in an area, let's say, as a player, because that would be very, very boring and very rage quitting of an environment, you could say. So it would be kind of nice to see if that's maybe just mainly for AI. So if they do introduce actually more AI, like bring the Tennos back, if they've been developed a bit more, we know T-Rex AI will be a thing, and I'm sure so will maybe some other dinosaurs too. So maybe you could otherwise tranquilize instead of killing. You have the choice of maybe different kinds of bullets you may have found. You could tranquilize a T-Rex, even though that will probably take a lot of work, probably doable, hence why these cages are so big. And yeah, you could do that to work. Let's say if you're working with carnivores, I guess then kill the Rex when you need to and cut it up into pieces, as brutal as it sounds, and, you know, have a feast. Feed your raptors so they don't eat you. It could be a kind of similar mechanic to nesting, where, you know, the nest can get colder, can get hotter. You kind of have a bar maybe somewhere. When you click tab, you open it up and it shows how hungry the pack of Omnis you have with you are. Same with the Dibbles. So you know when to start growing food for the Dibbles or when to start sacrificing the T-Rex. So then you can obviously keep your pack happy so they don't turn on you or abandon you. And especially because there's going to be base building a little bit in the IO2 with the walls, for example, that can be broken about. or I'm actually not too sure. Hold back on that. I don't remember if there will be base building or if it will be just light base building, but if there were, that will tie into that too. And of course, by the time humans will actually be done, which will be a while, I was actually quite surprised that in this Diablo update humans weren't worked on more. It actually kind of seems like they went backwards a few steps. Now their kick literally is them just falling on the ground. Yeah, it still does damage. I don't know what happened there, but here we are. And I simply think that just because, well, we saw them actually handling the cameras, right, in the Dibble teaser trailer. So I just thought that obviously if they're including them, then it must mean that they've worked on them more. But that's not the case. So it will take some time for sure. With all these human structures coming in, all of that. I don't know when they will be coming, if it will be with Rex, all these changes to the maps, or if it will be after, or maybe before. That's literally everyone's guess. But either way, it'll be a big deal for humans. I do hope that human gameplay, when you're driving cars as well, will actually give you the ability to ram dinos over. As fun as it will be for humans and horrific it will be for dinos, again, this can all be balanced out. Just the same way as it is that they're going to spawn in and they will have to find guns, not just be spawning in with guns like they currently are. They'll probably have to find petrol. Or when they can fill up the car, it won't be something that, let's say there's two ways to do it. One way will be that there is infinite petrol, but it just takes a long time to kind of build back up. Let's say like it'll refuel itself, but it'll take some time, so you can't just constantly use the car all the time, every time. So you're working with the kind of mentality of these guys have earned their way. They haven't just spawned in, like humans can now, and just have guns. You know, they have to earn it. So when you fill up your car, first of all, you have to find where you can. Maybe not every petrol station around the map will have petrol at the same time, otherwise because someone else just used it, or simply because maybe you have to find some objects that can actually break open the pipeline to make it work. You know, there's so many ways you can do it, but either way there will have to be something to make it work, because it can't just be infinite. Otherwise you are just going to see every player driving around in their jeeps ramming every dino they see. And then as annoying as that will be, at least they've earned it. You know, same as Rex will be able to demolish 90% of the roster, maybe even 95%. But once you've grown a Rex, you've earned it. It's not going to be easy to grow a Rex, because there will be other Rexes probably that are going to cannibalize you, or just everything else that's not going to want you to grow because they know how much of a danger you're going to be. So they'll hunt you regardless whether they're hungry or not. Probably even herbivores are just going to slash you up. And you're going to have a battle as a Rex throughout your whole life. When you're growing, you have all the small tiers that want to kill you, and anything bigger. When you're mid tier, you're already kind of big, so you can't hide as easily. So you're going to have loads of other predators and herbivores that are just going to see you a lot easier and want to hunt you. And then when you are big, you will still have other apexes you will have to deal with. And obviously you're going to have to keep your hunger in check, because that apparently will take some time for it to go down. So in that same case, imagine that with humans, with the cars and the helicopters. It won't be something that you can just get. Once you do get it, it's an achievement in itself. And even when you do get it, you're still going to have to run it. Just like the T-Rex's hunger, you're going to have to run the car, make sure it's in good notch, the wheels are good, the petrol is good, and that your lights are working so the police don't stop you, and all that jazz. So I would happily be honored if someone ran me over in the aisle. And when it comes to human bases, I really hope that that's where you're going to be able to see all the cameras, maybe that you've put around the map, maybe you're scouting out areas, seeing one of the hotspots, and trying to figure out when the best time it is to actually go there to hunt dinosaurs. Maybe you need some food, right? But you've been seeing quite a lot of big predators there, so it's not quite the good time for humans to go. So maybe you've sneakily gotten there on foot, being careful, put down a camera, and you're just watching. You're waiting at night, you're waiting during the day, you're waiting until those big predators go away, until there's only a few stragglers left, some small babies, some kid dinosaurs, you know? That'll be a bit easier for you. And you're just waiting there with your gun that you've taken your time to find the bullets and ammo and cartridges for, and boom, you get food. And it will be really cool if you can find kind of like headsets. Humans are probably never going to be able to talk and stuff like that, but if you could find some sort of walkie-talkies or headsets around the game so you can kind of actually have some kind of chat, again, that would add a lot more immersion to the game. I think that'd be really cool. You could actually talk to each other, kind of have a voice chat in a sense, right? Obviously most people use Discord, so it doesn't matter, but for those that don't, it'll be quite immersive, and it'll be something that I think would be quite cool to try out instead of having to use Discord all the time, right? Especially that humans are obviously more unique of a species than dinosaurs. There's a lot more they can do. But you could have one in the field and one watching in the camera telling them, right, you go left now, be careful, there's a Ceratops walking past, move forward now. go into the bush that you see on your right, so on and so forth. You know, it's going to create such a dynamic, such a really cool play style. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy. It won't be just so crazy like a lot of people, I guess, that don't like humans think of it like they're just going to run around and kill my dinosaur that I've been growing for 4 hours. And I understand that that's why you have to balance humans, and the way they want to do it makes sense. The way they've implemented them now, obviously they're very unfinished, but it's very bad. You know, humans shouldn't have guns right now. In fact, I have them in my server enabled, and I've disabled them recently because I tried to put a rule up saying humans can't use guns on dinosaurs, they can use them on each other. They can punch and kick dinosaurs but not guns, because obviously it's unfair to lose progress on something you've actually grown when something like humans doesn't take any time to grow at all, because you just spawn in and you have shotgun, assault rifle and pistol ammo. Pretty insane. You know, if you've been hit by shotgun bullets in the aisle right now, it is painful. I can tell you that. It can kill almost anything. Because when you're running towards a human, what are you doing? You're running with your head forward towards the bullets. Shotgun bullets will destroy you. You will be headless. So I've had to disable them because people were just simply not listening to the rule. They were spawning in and just blasting the shit out of everyone. And anyone that was juvie, they were already in Jesus' sight. It was mad. So they're gone now, unfortunately. Until I can otherwise disable guns specifically, or they fix it so, well, not fix it, but actually add it in. They have to find guns, not just spawn in with them. Then I'll enable them again. I do think the idea of humans is really cool in the game. On side note, what do you think of RPG? Imagine that was so rare to find an RPG, just simply for the apexes, just because you'll be able to turn around one day and just RPG a Rex in the face. I know that's very OP and probably not a very fun thing for someone to grow 7 hours, but imagine it's literally just a one RPG you can find and it spawns in every 12 hours in a random location. It literally is just a random find. Like, oh shit, I just found an RPG. I think that'd be quite cool. To the point that it's so rare that even the player that dies to it is going to be laughing, because they're going to be like, what the f. Okie dokie, and the last part has got to be the big island next to the big island. The part that no one can get to really at the moment, at least not easily. Quite a lot of landmass here, I would say, so I would say here would be a good idea to have a mega base. Now I would like to again tie the dinosaurs into this. I'd like to imagine this place kind of like a constant migration, let's say. That it's not something that comes up on the map for you to go to, but there will always be food there. Every type of food you can think of in form of AI for carnivores, plants obviously for herbivores, and loads of fish around as well. Maybe some different kind of fish, because of course it's the sea. So we can have a helicopter pad as well, which is maybe the only place that you could find a helicopter. It was such a high value island that you will literally have everything there. And carnivores will have, of course, a playground there, because there'll be a lot of herbivores that'll be trying to get there. And even if they don't get a chance to find any herbivores, there'll be loads of AI. And humans, they'll probably have like a small dock area there, maybe some little speedboats that they can get, not like crazy speedboat, just like a little one, or maybe even just an air mattress that they can just chuck into the water. But of course I would never expect a human to be able to start off there. They would have to start off on the main island, and then they can find a way to get there, otherwise by swimming and not dying by, if there will be any AI, let's say, in the water, like a megalodon or something cool like that. But either way, my point is, it'll be like the island, the gold mine, right? Everyone would want to go there, but not everyone would be able to get there because of course of the spread from the mainland and there. It's quite large. I imagine just a small, kind of big island that's just full of players that have gotten there. But what would be even cooler is if the island had its own weather system, so it wouldn't be affected like the whole map rains, which means it rains there. Maybe you'll even find stuff like tornadoes there. It's an island that in itself wants to kill you, it wants to get away. Maybe there can be specific plants there that can even poison you, the fly trap plants, but big ones. And that's also why I like the idea of like a megalodon that kind of patrols the beaches of that area. Like it won't necessarily go close to here, it will be always around this area. So you start getting close, you're going to have a high chance of being dead. Not to mention, of course, semi-aquatics will be able to swim there, like Spino, Dinosaurus, Dino, and a few of the other ones. So they'll have something fun to fight as well, or die to. Nothing scary than swimming across and you see nothing, dark blueness, and then boom, Megalodon. But that's why I think would be good, because I think if the island's just going to be like, you're going to add the same kind of stuff they have across the whole map, it will still be cool, don't get me wrong, but I feel like adding that extra element of high stakes, you know, high reward, high risk, or other way around. And yeah, I think that'll be actually a way to actually play the game too. You can do whatever you want on the main island, migration, survive, nest, whatever. If you really want to challenge yourself one day, you'll have the Hell Island. And also for humans, which I completely forgot about for a second there, maybe that's also where they'll find more ammunition. I'm not saying they're going to get shed loads. Maybe you can only get a sniper rifle on the island. I'm just thinking thinking out of a box right now. But yeah, you get me. High risk, high reward island. And I think that'll be a good stepping stone for the game. But yeah, apart from that, that is it for my ideas. Feel free to, of course, give your twist on it, or maybe what you think about the island. If there's anything that sounded absolutely stupid, let me know. Of course, as always, these are just a lot of my ideas, mainly fantasy for this video, so don't take anything too seriously, of course. And yeah, so apart from that, have a great day, and I'll see you guys all on the next one. Peace.